Hey guys, welcome to another video of Garden Obsessions. I'm Ambrose and this is Angie. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy 2019. Perfect opportunity for this video. We were gonna do a video for everything that we succeeded with and didn't succeed with for 2018. What was good, what wasn't. So this is the 2018 Garden Roundup Challenge where we're gonna answer a few questions. We were nominated by Prairie Plant Girl.
Prairie Plant Girl, yes. Such a great channel that we've been watching. She's a zone 3, so it's very very different from our climate. We're 8A, but we still have taken a lot out of learning from her. I just love the way that she shares her knowledge with everybody. I'm not a very patient person, and she shows a lot of patience in what she's doing. She actually gets me when I'm watching to slow down and really think about what I'm doing out in the garden. She has a lot of love for her garden, for what she's doing. Not only outdoors though, indoors too. Recently she put out a video on African violets. I had made a request because I brought into the home. My husband actually Ambrose gifted me 2 African violets, and I ran into some problems with it, and she did amazing on that video. So y'all go and check her out. She is awesome. A lot of knowledge. Love the way she does things. She's just amazing.
Definitely. We're excited to see what she has in store for 2019.
Yes.
We're very glad that she nominated us, and we definitely appreciate all her support. She's definitely given us a lot of support. So without further ado, let's get to these questions. So the first question is, what was our best crop of 2018? All right. So to easily answer this, we don't do a lot of vegetable or edible gardening. It's just something we started to think about and started doing. We didn't do any videos on this stuff, but behind the scenes we did some tomatoes and carrots, and they did really well. I think our best crop was the last video we just did was a carrot. Although our expectations were higher, and a lot of people said that it was a good harvest, I'd have to agree with the majority of the people and say that yes, it was a good harvest. The carrots were absolutely amazing. It's something
so sweet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something that we're going to continue to get into and do in the future. So I would say that was the best crop that we had.
Yeah.
Question number 2 is, what was the worst crop?
Oh man.
So,
I don't even know how to see that as worse, because it really had to do with the weather.
We didn't have too many of them, but the cucumbers. So we did the hanging cucumber basket idea that I got from Home in the Sticks, and I believe he got it from somebody else. But we tried that method, and they were growing great right out here on the fence.
Beautiful. It was a beautiful plant to be watching.
Flowers everywhere.
Actual cucumbers.
Actual small cucumbers coming out. Unfortunately, we had to take that down due to Hurricane Florence and bring that somewhere where it wouldn't get destroyed, and that just, I think that kind of disturbed it, and it just went downhill from there. But I really have no doubts that it would have performed well and done
We tried
awesome.
growing it in the garage, but with everything that was going on around that time, it was so hard to dedicate time.
Oh yeah, definitely
to that poor plant.
So question number 3, what was the biggest challenge of 2018?
Biggest challenge?
I mean,
the hurricane.
Yeah. So
Hurricane Florence.
So Hurricane Florence did a number on us. We tried to prepare as much as we could. We tried to move some stuff into the garage, get some stuff out of the weather, out of the elements, and unfortunately it just didn't fare too well. And I'll mention a couple things here. Some of the roses that I tried to propagate, those didn't fare too well, so I never did an update on that. I know maybe somebody was wondering, maybe they weren't, but that didn't fare too well.
Those were left out in the garden, and it just got too much water in them.
Yeah, the carrots though, they did amazing in the hurricane.
Yeah.
I mean, they nothing really happened to them, but the peppers, the tomatoes, and all that stuff that we had planted just all got washed out. It was a small little bed in the ground, and it just completely overfilled with water and washed out the seeds.
It made us go back on everything, and instead of just planting and learning on the way, we had to go back and bring everything back.
Yeah.
Learn how to do all that instead. Something we didn't think we were going to even be doing.
Yeah.
But it, in a weird way, not to say it was a happy thing, the hurricane, but
Yep.
we got something good out of it, meaning learning.
Definitely.
A lot on it.
We stuck with it, and we brought back what we could, and fortunately for us, I mean, a lot of stuff actually bounced back, did well.
Yeah.
Another thing I forgot to mention was, I don't know how many people have actually watched it or who's been keeping up to date, but so our vivarium that had our chameleon in it. So
Yeah.
during Hurricane Florence, we lost power for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
We weren't able to come in and out of the house and stuff like that. The humidity in there, it's regulated by regular waterings, a spray mister, and the lights keep the temperatures up. There was no power. There was no way to come in and out and water those things and do what we had to. So unfortunately, we lost our chameleon Picasso.
As silly as it seems, it was a little chameleon, but he ended up being part of our family, Picasso, and that was a sad loss.
So
for us. Even
the petunia propagation, the plants that were in there, they just, none of them. We had a couple that did survive, but we just ended up taking that out. And we have a cool little project coming up with that as well that we'll do a video on. But that's something further on down the line. So
the very sad part, the leaving to Texas. My father passed away in 2018, and that.
Yes. So we were gone for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that kind of. We had some stuff on irrigation. Nothing in the backyard was on irrigation. It was forecasted to rain all through those 2 weeks we were gone. Unfortunately, rainwater only can do so much. We lost quite a bit of stuff. All the baskets in the back kind of definitely.
All the baskets were gone. The only thing that made it through, we'll talk about that later too, the verbena. Verbena was something that just pulled through the whole time in the baskets. What else? If we figured out, having a drip system is amazing. And if we had it in the back, I think everything would have we wouldn't have lost anyone. In the front, the only two things that showed stress were the hanging baskets.
Yes. So the irrigation on the hanging baskets came loose for one reason or another. I don't know if it was wind
probably,
or a thunderstorm that came through here, but while we were gone, one of the misters kind of moved away from it and was spraying on the outside instead of inside the basket. So
they came back.
That showed a little bit of stress, but with a little bit of water, they definitely came back and came out looking really, really good.
Yeah. And I just wanted to take this moment to thank everybody that supported us through the hard time when my father passed. So thank you very much from everything, our hearts. We just thank everybody for being there for us and waiting for us. Everybody just sticking around.
Definitely. All right, so what things are we gonna do different in 2019?
There's so many. Do you have some special ones?
So one of the things that getting into this lifestyle and really doing a lot of stuff with gardening was the soil. I think the soil was one of the biggest things that we started really paying attention to and really gathering knowledge about, and there's all kinds of methods. I mean, people got all kinds of videos out there. We look at a whole array of videos.
We learned that from.
But we learned a lot from Jim Putnam on HortTube. If you haven't checked him out, I know he's a big channel, but definitely go check him out. We a lot of inspiration from him. But those are some of the things. Temperatures in different parts of the garden. Down to what. I mean, just the soil temperatures in general too. If you haven't seen our fall garden video, we talk about soil temperatures in there. But there's a lot of big things for 2019 that we have planned.
Yeah, well, the temperatures, we want to make sure we have not tried that yet, but we do want to go around putting thermometers around every section of the garden. That's a tip I picked out. I don't know if anybody's familiar. I follow her a lot, Linda Votter. And that was something that I never thought about. And it makes a lot of sense. Every area, you got the southern part of the house, it's way hotter. You have the northern part cooler, the east is cooler, west does get sun. So that really changed a lot for us to look into that more.
So what are our plans for 2019?
I
think biggest plans for 2019 is figuring out how we're gonna move our garden from one location to another.
Yeah.
And then and while we're here, get into the whole edible gardening and vegetables. Trying to get a grasp on that, and just basically gaining more knowledge in this stuff. I mean, that's.
I don't know if this goes back to the, what was it, the different in 2019, but plans is also to add more year-round interest.
Yeah, definitely. I think the key word is nature, bringing nature into the garden, making it more, I don't know, more of an outdoorsy.
The thing is, I went watching the seasons pass. I started learning a lot more about layering with plants and getting the effect of nature, bringing it in. But then I started noticing as time goes by, fall comes in, some plants are gone, and you're left with something that's not there no more.
Yeah.
And the garden don't look the same no more. So we're really interested into getting more into that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, keeping all your interest in the garden, and I think we've got that going. It's just
with evergreens right now and things, other foliage, different type of foliage colors, shapes.
All right. So last question is, what and who were you inspired by?
Okay. Oh, you forgot about bringing more. Did you talk about bringing more edibles into the garden?
We talked about that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Inspiration. Who has been our greatest inspiration? We did not bring this up on the last tag. Because we want to make our own way, and we don't want to seem like we're using somebody else's name or
Definitely.
But there's no way without not mentioning our greatest inspiration ever that has helped us and opened this.
Yep.
It's a team of two wonderful, amazing people. Garden Answer.
We were never really big into the whole social media thing, YouTube.
No.
We never sat down and watched a lot of YouTube videos. So we got into Garden Answer, I'm going to say about a year ago now, maybe?
We got here.
So maybe about 2 years ago when we started sitting down and watching YouTube videos.
We started looking into roses.
Yeah, we were looking into roses. That came about a video about succulents, and basically, that's where we got.
Didn't go back after that.
Yeah, we didn't go back after that. Just got into the whole gardening thing. She's been a big inspiration. Her and Aaron on Garden Answer, big inspiration as far as getting YouTube videos done, sharing. Whatever knowledge we learn about plants, and by no means are we experts in this, but it's a great adventure to learn about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. What I wanted to see from that was, the beauty that she had around her. How to bring that into my home. I wanted to know how to get that into a home like ours. Of course, her garden is huge.
Yeah.
And it can be intimidating to somebody, especially that's just starting. How do I get that in here in my little bed? Yeah. And we did it.
I think that's one of the things we're kind of striving for is because we move around a lot so much, and we don't have a permanent garden, and we don't have our own yard and our own home to do what we want. The biggest challenge for us is getting that big garden estate and minimizing it and condensing it to something that we want, and still have that I guess that eye-catching garden that you would see anywhere else. And
we don't want to wait till
definitely. I mean,
5 years from now, or until my husband retires and we actually have a home. We want to enjoy it now.
5 years to go.
He's super excited.
But yeah, definitely bringing in all those elements. A lot of mistakes are made. A lot of knowledge is gained, and I think that's the biggest thing that is going to help us out in the future, and get us to prepare for having our own yard, our own garden, our own place, and being able to have that knowledge to share. And if you're not making mistakes, regardless of what you're doing, I mean, you're not learning. That's one of the, and I can say one of my biggest inspirations is being in the military for 15 years now. I'm at that point where I guess I'm trying not to let everything stress me out. The age that I am right now, I feel about 20 years older, and the Marine Corps does that to you if nobody knows that. So the body aches, the mind is mentally stressed, and the gardening has really definitely helped calm that level of intensity and that stress on the mind, and it's helped me really gather myself and find something to just focus on. And when I focus on something, she can tell you, I get into a book or I start reading about something online, and I just read and read and read until I feel
it's therapeutic.
Yes, until I feel I know everything. But like I said, those are some big inspirations,
and that brings along nature, the inspiration that nature has provided.
Yep.
That opened the door. The first inspiration that we mentioned, Garden Answer, that brought on more things now. That brought up looking at nature and wanting to bring those elements in. Then the huge inspiration, everyone, all of y'all, every single one of the channels that we watch, you guys are just, my goodness, the world that we came into without knowing. Like my husband said, we weren't at all into social media. Yep. When we were like, there's videos of all this. These are like actual people doing all this in their homes, and every single day of their lives are putting some of y'all do that, which is amazing because it's so hard to do that for us.
Yeah. So
that's one thing that we're thriving to hopefully do, to put more videos out.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's so challenging with four kiddos.
We can go on and on about who's inspired us and stuff like that, but the fact of the matter is that there's so many channels that we watch. You may not see comments from us on every channel. Not to say we're not watching, but
we're watching.
We're watching. I mean, like I said,
learning,
having the type of life that we have, and the family that we have, it keeps us pretty busy. But definitely inspiration comes from everybody that we watch. I mean, we've gotten things from here and there, and we just kind of try to implement as much as we can, but still want to keep our own unique style. And I think we've done a pretty good job about doing that. But again, I mean, the inspiration comes from everybody that's out there on YouTube. All of you creators that are putting videos out there, most of you guys that are subscribed to us, we are subscribed to you as well. If we're not, it's just maybe something we missed, but we definitely grab inspiration from everybody that we're watching.
So we're very thankful for everybody, everyone that puts out their stuff out there every day to teach.
Yep.
All
right, guys. I know this video's probably been long and it's stuck with us. I congratulate you. I tend to talk and I tend to just keep going and going and going. But the end of this challenge is to basically, I guess, tag 3 more channels that we would like to tag.
Yes.
To do this challenge as well.
These are channels that we really even asked ourselves, why don't they have more? People need to subscribe more to these channels because they're amazing.
I'll start with mine because you got 2. The one I'm gonna start with is UT 33200. They're a couple as well. They do a lot of peppers and tomatoes, and they have some other seeds going on as well, but they go from seed to harvest. And I feel like they have a lot of knowledge in what they're doing. They even do the taste test on the tomatoes and the peppers, and I think it's great. I never get bored of watching their stuff. I mean, it's very interesting what they're doing and how they cultivate some of their seeds and stuff like that. And even now, they just did a video the other day about some seeds and some peppers that they were doing. But if you haven't checked them out, definitely go check them out.
Please do.
We're going to share the link as well. But they're a small channel, and this is what it's about, is getting everybody involved and getting people to watch these other channels.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope I say your name right, Kelly. This is Kelly Lehman, Cranberry Fields. I found out about this channel through Instagram. It's in Cranberry Fields. It's a small town, I think. I hope I'm right about this, in New Jersey. She has a flower farm. It's beautiful. She has a couple of videos on there, and she does a lot of arrangements too, and she teaches about growing these cutting flowers from seeds. It's amazing what what she harvests out of there. And I can't believe she's actually teaching everyone how to do this. And that is something that I would love to do. Plant from seed these plants, these beautiful flowers. And she has been also another great supporter. Yep. She's just amazing.
Yep. And she takes orders too for these these bundles of flowers that she creates and decorative stuff.
And it's been working with Garner's. I hope
Supply.
I say that. Yeah, Garner's
Definitely
Supply.
go check her out.
She's amazing.
Support her.
Cranberry Fields.
Yep.
Yes. Oh yes, excited. Southern Entertainment. Georgia. She's in Georgia, and her garden. How I wish I had your garden. She has a very nice backyard. They're also military family. Her husband has retired already. He's retired. And what she has to offer, I'm just waiting. I'm excited for her on what she's going to do the following year, this year. She does do edibles. She has vegetables growing out there. She's gonna do cutting flowers too. She loves roses. She loves just everything. But not only does she do that, she does for the home entertainment. So she teaches a lot about that too. She gives a lot of nice tips. It's just also another great channel. All these channels that we hope that they get subscribers soon, because they're just really good channels to be watching.
Yep, definitely.
Very inspiring, guys.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I know it got kind of long by the time you watch it. I'm probably going to condense it as much as I can. We get to talking. We love talking about gardening, and we just keep rambling.
Y'all know about that, gardening.
But we're glad that you stayed and watched. If you're at the end here, we definitely appreciate it. We appreciate all the support that we get from everybody. So that'll do it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys. See y'all later.